lemonade stand. I'm Dion, and today I want to talk about some tips for you to figure out some of the unwritten rules of how your organization works. So when you start with a new organization or a new team, it can sometimes take a little bit of time to figure out the lay of the land and how things work. So I want to share a couple of tips on how you could come up that learning curve quicker, because there are a lot of clues that are available to you if you're just observant in terms of what's going on. So the first one is about the influencers. How do you figure out who the influencers are within your organization? So influencers are individuals whose opinions tend to carry a lot more weight than others. And often they're not necessarily the most senior people in the room. So you'll figure out who the influencers are by, in meetings, you'll hear people reference things like, what did Roger think about this? Or have you run this across Joanne yet? So this is a way of you understanding that these are some of the key folks whose input is very valuable, because you may not know that Roger has actually been with the organization for a really long time and worked in multiple departments. So when he gives his perspective, it's actually quite broad across the organization. But the fact that they're asking for Roger's opinion on a regular basis means that that's probably somebody that you should be meeting with in advance to get their input on whatever proposal you're pulling together, to make sure that you're putting yourself in the best possible situation to get consensus across the broader organization. Another question for yourself is, how are decisions made? Some teams like to have very spirited, lively debates, but in other teams, it's very much behind the scenes where you'd go to each decision maker individually, get their informal consensus, and then once you get together in the meeting, it's just really a formality to get everybody's approval. So it's really important for you to know what that process is within your team or your company, so that now you can follow that process to make sure that when you are bringing decisions to the table, that you've already done your background work to set yourself up for success again. And then the final one is about the behaviors that are valued by the organization. So this is key based on the types of things that get profiled in terms of reward and recognition. So of course, it goes without saying that meeting your organizational goals or targets is important. But in terms of from a behavioral perspective, what you'll find are that there's certain people who get profiled for things like going over and above in terms of fostering teamwork with other teams and helping them out. As well as you find people who maybe do a lot of community service, and that's something that's very valuable with your organization. Zappos is a company who are very focused on providing wow customer service. And what you'll find is that they're regularly profiling team members who go over and above to satisfy clients' needs. So by understanding the types of behaviors that are valuable to your organization, it allows you to understand the types of behaviors that you can demonstrate to be able to set yourself up for success. So here at my lemonade stand, I share ideas like these to help us to be more effective and authentic leaders. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I post a new one every Thursday. My audiobook Thrive is now available on Audible, so please check it out. And finally, you can connect with me on my social media accounts. I look forward to seeing you here next time.